night in my room, charts and numbers through the blue. Wupiupi trading on my screen, fortunes just behind the scene. PULSECHAin calling out my name, every trade just like a game. Stakes are hard, time slips away, can't afford to wait till day. Trading whoopee up and down, retrograde around and round. Numbers dancing on the chart, break your records, falling apart, falling apart. Coffee cold beside my chair, market movement in the air. Buy the dip and watch it rise, morning sun burns my eyes. Other traders fast asleep, while I've got these charts to keep, riding waves of loss and gain. Digital fortune calls my name. Trading whoopee up and down, red to green, around and round. Numbers dancing on the chart, break your records, falling apart, falling apart. Quick decision, swift precision, heart racing with each trade. No hesitation, pure elation when the profits are made. Dancing on the chart, breaking records, falling apart, falling apart.
Sweet Belle. You stay away from her, because she's mine.
Meet the Black Belle.
There was this foreign supermodel chick there with huge tits and a perfect ass.
That is so fucking sexy.
What the fuck, man? This girl is a man-eater.
You have no idea what I go through with that woman.
I had another session, dude. Too much all night with Belganas. I cannot believe how much that girl loves Sunday. He is like a blow dog.
Ellos, la maravillosa y...
And her sexy friends.
You want to titty fuck my wife? We're the wild couple that's hosting this little erotic event this month.
I'm the sex doctor.
Okay, I'm jacking off, and I had to poop.
Tiene un chingo de sangre por todo lado. Qué vergüenza.
Like a bitch had a baby in the bathroom.
I was like coming for like 12 seconds. It was the best orgasm I've ever had.
You can put your hands all over her. You like that.
Honey, want some pancakes? What the fuck are you doing?
Brad's been fucking Belle.
So how come she's fucking me then, man? It doesn't make any sense.
The man who loves Belle, Franklin.
How's it going? Go away, dork.
So I'm going to discuss intercourse.
Franklin,
I bet you think I'm a big pussy, don't you?
what kind of girl do you like?
What is your greatest sexual fantasy? You're my perfect fantasy woman. This is kind of cool. I'm actually really excited about this. It's crazy. This girl doesn't speak a word of English.
A whitesploitation film.
Wow. I mean, what are you? Are you Latino or?
You look like you got beat up by two black dudes, man. You look good.
Trying to put my dick in the jet in that hot tub.
About sex.
Dile que soy ruidosa en la cama.
Dude, you have the biggest hickey right here.
The last time I played, I was ripping.
These are roofies. I think we were date raped.
I'm very happy I'm not you. Left my card in your purse.
Boring, man. Boring. It's not boring. It's like conversation of sex is almost never boring.
Do you know what it's like to love someone so much that you would risk putting your own mom in prison for 20 years?
That's the lowest you can go.
This is a very decadent place.
Natasha Alam is the Black Belle.
I fucking told you, dude.
God damn, that movie is good. I forgot how good that movie is. I need to watch this movie again immediately. Oh my God, that's the second feature film that I've ever made in my career. And by golly, The Black Belle. It tickled me to watch that. My films are basically like photo albums for me now at this point. It's crazy. It's like every time I pull one up, I just have all these memories. I see all the people and the friends. And I mean, one of the guys in there has passed away. He was a good friend of ours. Then you got, Ron Jeremy, who's in the movie, who's in prison now, like just all sorts of legends popping up all over that movie. It's basically, I like to think of The Black Belle as kind of like the Pulp Fiction of sex films, of sex comedies. So that's, I like to start out the Wupiupi Wednesday show with something from the Peanut Gallery, something from the show. Here we are. Look at the beautiful flyer that we've made here. I got a special guest coming to join us here. First guest ever on a Wupi Wednesday. It looks like he's in the background there. His camera's off. I don't know. I should try to bring him to the screen here. See what happens. Come onto the screen. Add to the stage. Oh, hello, Tom. Can you hear us, Tom? Well, we'll see. Maybe Tom will come back here and join us in a second. Let's just move on with the show. Let's go over to the LeftHouse website and get through what we need to get through. Oh, he needs minutes. Okay, Tom will be with us in just a few minutes here. So he's doing his thing. He'll be joining us shortly. Excited to have our first guest here on the Wupi Wednesday show. Trying to make this so I'm looking into the camera, Bob. All right. Yeah, Bob's my cameraman. Okay, let's just bring the LeftHouse website to this is the home of Wupiupi. It's the home of DJ Mr. Lefty. It's the home of LeftHouse Films. And it's a gateway to INDIKIN, RADTV, some of the projects that we have on there right now. We've got the Life on a Train that's streaming right now on RADTV. We got the trailer here. Somehow this got trickier to read around though. The way that this is not how I made the site. How do I make this big from here? See, there's no I want to make this big. Hold on, stop. Open in. Well, I'll just go to Rad. Let me in. Let me go to. Oh wait, I'll go to Rad TV over here because it's being weird from the website. Okay, so let's go over to Rad and watch. To run a show here and the internet's being a bozo the clown. What is this? This is not Rad. Okay. We're still live? I don't know what happened. I just got kicked out. It just kicked me out. Let me see. Let me go on the YouTube to make sure I'm hearing myself and everything is good. What a kerfuffle. What a kerfuffle. What? 12 hours ago. Nothing is working here at my home. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. We are live. You can hear myself. All right. Let's get back to the show then. All right. Let me bring this website back in. We were about to watch the Life on a Train trailer here, which is available on RAD through INDIKIN on the INDIKIN site. But the internet was going all sorts of slow. All right, let me bring this to the screen. Still waiting for Tom to come and join us in the background. All right, here we are. Back to the site here. Let's take this to the top. Take it to the bridge. Fuck, okay. Jesus.
The first time I ever rode a train, I was 11 years old. I was with my brother.
All right. I got to apologize. The mic was, everything just went chaos. I don't know. The internet just took a hit. We're back. I swear to God, I've done over 1,000 shows here. And it's looking like amateur hour around here. I'm apologizing. All right. Let's pick this back up. Let's watch Life on a Train trailer, which is on RADTV, available on the INDIKIN page. So let's go.
The first time I ever rode a train, I was 11 years old. I was with my brother who was 14. Between running from train car to train car, telling lies to strangers, and smoking my first cigarette, I was wickedly excited, and these memories have been forever burned into my soul.
Well, I can't go back, I've said too much. No train is gonna save me from my luck. I can't go east, I can't go west. There's nowhere I can go without my past. Every time I think I'd settle down, something goes wrong. It sounds like this, I really need one place to call home. No mercy for the broken heart, the scars are what make it strong. I'm running out of places to roam. I'm running out of places to roam.
I bet in the corner. Doubling down on it. So you only get one card. Yep.
Whenever I find a dime on a train, I just think I see heads up. Keep the head up.
Oh, pretty wasted.
I was taught to, jump on a train with a lantern. Disappear.
And he did. He disappeared right in front of my eyes. That kid, I was just sitting there. All of a sudden, he's like Michael J. Fox on stage playing guitar, see-through hands and everything. Telling you, Live on a Train, the documentary is a joy. It's a treat. There's a few different ways that you can get to it, watch it. Not only is it on RADTV, if you want to purchase it by way of NFT on the Wax blockchain, you can do that. Or it's on blocks.io, which is over there in Korea. So yeah, several different ways. But if you want to see it on RAD, let's go back over to the RAD hub here. See if I can get the INDIKIN now, since the internet seems to be working a little bit better. INDIKIN. Come on, show it to me. See, boom, right there. Shut your goddamn mouth. Here's a free version. It's like the behind-the-scenes version of Life on a Train. And then, of course, let's go back to the INDIKIN page. I'm not logged in right now, so it's making it look a little bit weirder. All right, here we are. Yeah, so, yeah, we just watched the trailer there. This is the free behind-the-scenes episode of Shut Your Goddamn Mouth. And then here, if you want to support me, the filmmaker that I am, come over here and purchase the movie for a little bit of the base token. Let's see if my partner is here. Man, my setup is so fucking silly. Oh my God. Yes, indeedy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring the first ever guest to the stage here. This is very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Don't Panic Gillespie. How the hell are you, sir? Thank you for joining us on this lovely stage.
Don't be silly, mate. We've known each other for ages. You don't have to welcome me with such bravado. I appreciate the time that we spend together. Spend time together.
Yeah, we were just together actually for the last couple hours or so, yammering it up in the old, Telegram open call, the INDIKIN open call.
So listen, I'm trying to retweet the room. How do I do that, mate?
Well, it's on, it's on YouTube, on the INDIKIN YouTube. It's on the INDIKIN X account. So if you just want to go and grab it from there, you could restream it, retweet it right from there or whatever,
Hold up.
Great to watch you guys. I have DJ Cryptomatic in the house. DJ Cryptomatic always keeping the ones and twos spinning around in circles. Great. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm super jealous of his DJ studio. I mean, compared to mine is ugly. He's got the mats, the pulse chain mats on it's beautiful. He's got the roller skating party. That's always a good time.
Man,
do you roller skate, Tom?
I used to, and I have very fond memories of doing so. So every time I hear his sets, brings back old memories, of course. And he's in the room, is he?
Yeah, he's chatting. He's watching the show right now, so he's throwing up some.
Oh mate, I'm trying to fucking share the stream, and I just don't know where you're streaming to so many fucking places. I don't know.
Yeah. So just pick one. Just pick the one. If you're okay, this is my advice. If you're trying to share it on X, pick one on X and share that one because they don't like other links, right? But if you've got like a gamer community on Discord, I would share with them the Twitch link because they love Twitch. Or, if you got like, your mom or your lady or somebody's watching, I usually send them like the YouTube link because they understand YouTube a little bit quicker than most.
Right, okay. Let me just write all that down. Hang on a second. I'm just going to write that down.
Wait a minute. I learned to skate on a tarmac rink the hard way. Oh my God. Yeah, that's brutal. I'll teach you not to fall. Best of the underground.
Okay.
Mr. Soul.
So
Soul was with us in the chat. That was really fun. It's nice getting to know you.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm just going to back off from all this sharing stuff and talk to you instead.
Yeah, just enjoy life, Enjoy.
Like I said at the top of the show, I always enjoy spending time with you, man.
Well, that's all that we're doing here. We're just going to spend some time and
let's talk about INDIKIN, mate, because me and you have fucking brought that thing to market, basically.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, if you look at the on the flyer here, let me pull it up over our faces here.
Forgive my hair; it's all fucking all over the place right now.
I've got 3 topics here. I got Grok says PulseChain is better, which I'll get into that. Then we got Hard is free, and then I got INDIKIN future. That's what we're looking at here. That's what I wanted to discuss. I don't know if you've watched the show yet or not. This is, I think, the 5th or 6th episode. But typically, I'll show trailers from the films that I've made. I usually talk about movies and creativity and stuff. Then I usually just kind of run down, and we're in the theater right now. Actually, we're live in the theater right now. I can show everybody that too. Let's do a little quick walk through the theater. Man, this is a mess the way I have this set up. I apologize, boys and girls. All right, let's bring it into the thing here. There it is. All right, so I'm just gonna show you guys here. We're in the lobby right now, and yeah, look at that. Look at the artistry of that. Look at how it just slides down and slides up. So cool. Thanks, INDIKIN. Well, let's go over to there's the UPDAYE logo here. If you click on all these logos, there's a. I should probably get a little closer, but close up of it. But all right, whoa! I just hit my head on it. But yeah, there's an information button on all of these, and it'll show you like, oh look, it's like a little link to take you somewhere. Where does this take us? Takes us right to the UPDAYE website.
I built it myself.
Everything in the theater is clickable. Give you some sort of information or something. But yeah, all the different filmmakers have their logos on the walls here in the lobby. But if you run into the theater, into the thing, you'll see us. Bam. There I am, like in the past. Like now I'm in the future watching myself looking at the UPDAYE website. This is crazy. Look at you. I see us on screen over here. This is crazy. I'm like right, amazing. Tom.
Yeah, I hope you're recording this.
It's being recorded right now on our YouTube channels. The INDIKIN YouTube channel, as well as the LeftHouse Crypto Arts one. So we have an archive of everything that's being said here is documented. But yeah,
fucking awesome. Fucking awesome.
And this is what's coming soon from Uncle Tom Peter Gillespie over here. Let me get right in front of it here so we can feature it. I love the piece you made of where the bear's moving. This guy, that is so sick.
Oh yeah, the
bear where he's like walking and stuff. That's genius.
Yeah, I don't know the original source of that image, but I turned it into a little video thing here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Can you play the trailer if you click through there then?
Yeah. Oh my God, I hit my head again. Yeah, I got to back away from it.
That trailer is about to be updated, or that teaser is about to be updated.
Oh, okay. So it's would it be in the video spot here? I'm on your Tom Peters YouTube.
Go back a page.
Okay.
And then you'll see the channel. If you scroll down, you see all these channels.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's on that channel. It's like a dedicated channel.
Yeah. Why is that? Oh, my mouse just froze. 1 second. Come on back, mouse, and we'll start this trailer. Come on back, mouse.
It's way out of date now.
All right, you ready for it? Let's do it.
Okay, if I just shoot off and feed my kids. They're scratching at the door.
Johnny said, "We are truth seekers, bullish series. Great work, Tom. Great work to all who participated. I loved it, Tom."
I'm so happy that stream is going on. Can we get Tom as a regular guest?
Has produced the scam-demic film The Fake Fluencer and is currently investigating Hex.
You know, there are actors that are more powerful than others.
I saw the other one by Tom Gillespie.
He has kids all over Malta.
That must be the ladies he was talking about.
And then Hex Addict said, "When PulseChain documentary."
Tom, welcome to Bad Crypto.
Much appreciated, fellas. Thanks for the intro.
Drowning in pussy.
I think I counted maybe at least 12 god whales.
Peter Tom Gillespie. So it's great. Good job, Peter.
Update on Tom Peter Gillespie. He's locked himself out of his house.
Yeah. What?
I just got a message from him on Telegram.
By the way, in the stream.
Complex things explained in simple terms. A dagon, short for degenerate, is a term used to describe a type of investor who is willing to take on high levels of risk in the pursuit of potentially high returns.
I would take $1,000 and try to make it to $1 million.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Wait, can you explain what a degen is? Like someone's like obsessed and like deep in it, like lives and breathes it. Like,
what is degen and what are these degen projects?
If you're going to become a degen, if you don't know what that means to be a degenerate.
We're holders. Remember that?
In the context of DeFi, degens are often associated with yield farming, which involves providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges in exchange for rewards in the form
of g'day. Tom, mate, we need you to go ahead and get the next documentary started. Also,
Can you pay back the 5K you lost on
It's that
Hex?
rich cunt.
Mate,
He's
I've already
such an
told you
asshole.
cunts before, I'm not working bloody pro bono anymore. It wasn't fucking me who lost the 5 grand. It was you sending me the wrong fucking amount of hex.
Regardless, Tom, we have a contract, and the higher-ups want results, plus passion. Maybe some better investigating also. Which projects are you researching at the moment?
Come on, dump the market, baby.
Dump it for me. Are you familiar with Deegan's?
Yes, of course, Tom. Our organisation is primarily made up of Deegans from before it was even a term. What's your angle?
My angle? Well, I don't have one yet.
Well, you better get your shit together before the end of the month, Tom. You've got 5 days.
But has that 1 or 10% chance you could 100x, and you're willing to lose all your money.
Come on.
Yes. Remember that, guy. I remember that.
40K! I'm on 40K!
Make sure to dial or do your own research.
For a lot of these people, it is about the story and the founder, but it's also about what's the dollar sign on each digital asset and piece of art.
And now those coins are worthless or junk.
Most of these DJM coins, they're pump and dumps, right? And meaning that you have to get in early. You have to find them early before they FOMO.
47,000! Oh my gosh! I'm out!
I just lost 80% of my stack.
All right, I'm going to pour myself a little bit of the crypto Kool-Aid here, which I brought with me.
Tom, when is your sacrifice going live?
When is my sacrifice going live?
I would love to throw money in your sacrifice.
You know what? I think we need a coin or a token first, eh?
Scooter coin number 2.
We call it Gillespie coin.
No. Well, we've just fucking unleashed 1 trillion tokens into the universe.
Señor Tom.
G'day tokens. That's 1 trillion g'day.
Yes, okay, Señor
They have
Tom.
no fucking utility. Tom Peter Gillespie here. So turns out today was the day that the G'day token was launched on PulseChain. I was contacted by a rando on the internet who suggested they could help me launch that, and so I went ahead and I bloody did it.
Check this out.
7, 6.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff.
What's coming, some of this?
Completely like some weird the HOA bros. That's what it was.
Let's see, Paul.
Yeah, g'day.
Tom, it's time, mate. What's the story?
Oh my god. The story?
Yeah, you're contracted to deliver 12 more documentaries before the end of the year. What's the fucking story, Tom? What is the fucking story, Tom? Tom, what's the fucking story?
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. That's
mate, that is a
exciting.
blast from the past. That was.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. The interview with Gamrot was an epic stream. First time I saw Peter get mad. Haha. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm excited as heck balls for that. So this is what? Can I are we allowed to say what's like 6 episodes?
Yeah.
Sick.
But like, mate, that teaser feels
Old
like
school.
I made that a long time ago, and it was.
I mean, there are some shots in there of you though, like when you're sitting at your desk, the lighting and stuff, it's so dramatic and rad looking, and like your face is just like dealing with some heavy information at the time. It looks beautiful.
I can tell you as well that those shots were recycled from the Hexicans. documentary. I recycled those directly into the teaser because I didn't have fuck all, right? 2 years ago when I started this project, I didn't have anything to work with.
Yeah, but that's something about that. There is a film that I was in called In Search of a Midnight Kiss, and it was a low budget film that was made by a handful of my friends, and very like 12 grand we shot the thing for. And this movie ended up going on and having like a super life. Like it won the John Cassavetes Award at the Independent Spirit Film Festival in 2007. It was like in theaters in the UK and Poland and Greece and like all over the place. Nice. And there's the main scene. It's called In Search of a Midnight Kiss. It's about New Year's Eve and finding somebody to have that midnight kiss with. And the midnight kiss scene, when it finally comes together and it happens, it was like, shot in the dark with like a couple of lights, whatever. There wasn't a lot of coverage, and there's this, and the actors were super tired. It was like in the middle of the night. So there wasn't even that great of performances apparently or whatever. So like to cut this stuff together, he ended up using like the same shot of the dude like over and over again. Like his reaction is the exact same reaction like 3 times, but you never know. And critics and like fans and people love that scene so much. It feels very intense. It's almost like a filmmaker technique trick to utilize the same footage over and over again in certain ways or whatever. It's kind of, it's cool when you can get away with it.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit like when people say you get left on the cutting room floor is an old expression, right?
Yeah.
That's not true in digital. Like it just gets left in the hard drive to be rediscovered again. Like it doesn't get swept up with all the rest of the rubbish in the traditional sense. It's still there. And I actually, in this series, I'm looking to do some flashbacks to the Hexkins doco. So yeah. I've got both of the libraries in the editor, so I can easily access everything that was from the previous one.
Yeah, that's cool. I've used the same shots before, but where a lot of times when I do it, I'll just I'll flip it in reverse. So at least the motion is a little different, than before. So it doesn't, like your eye doesn't catch that it's the exact same thing over and over again.
Pro tip.
Pro tip. I'm going to bring up the INDIKIN website here. So here we are. INDIKIN, your true creator economy. So we've been a little bit like not out of sorts that you had family and stuff. So we were kind of like playing, message tag here and there. So we haven't really spoken until this morning. We hadn't really kept in our normal communication over the last, I'd say like week, I would say. Okay. So have you had any more interesting thoughts or anything I need to know about in regards to INDIKIN since we talked about 40 minutes ago?
I want to remind people that it was originally called the Bit Joinery, and they were those that remember the Hexkins doco going out. Just afterwards, I was working on the Bit Joinery. That's made its way. That whole story has made its way into the DJM doco. It's like a sub narrative, I guess. And
so, kind of like the INDIKIN origin story is baked in. Are you saying?
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. I managed to weave that in because it is important, and it was also expressed to me in the material. Like if you go and collect 2 years worth of material and then you start carving away at it and going through it, you'll see the story will present itself. And yeah, the Bit Joinery and the evolution towards the INDIKIN and the team and everything is in there.
Yeah, sure. That's cool. The team, the filmmaker tokens.
It is cool, and it's also fucking hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it just from the piece that we just watched. There's so much gold in there. There's a lot of juice.
Yeah, you got to keep the comedy, mate. You got to bring in some comical relief, comedy, comic relief. It's called comic relief. That's what you need.
Yes, definitely. That's the best part. One of the best parts that crypto has to offer is the availability or the ability to do funny things.
Oh, crypto is a never-ending story, but comic relief comes rarely. Actually, you have to inject it.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, unless you're like a crypto aficionado, then everything's fucking hilarious.
Well, you know what I was saying earlier. I mentioned in our open call that like I really do feel like there's a lot of similarities between like early 90s skateboard companies and crypto, especially like when the meme, the true meme coins that like started popping up that have real communities and stuff like that. It feels very much like World Industries, or like these companies that were ran by like essentially like teenagers, early 20-year-olds that were like just flipping the industry. Because at the time, like when the early or the late 80s, it was like all the vert dogs, right? It was all the ramp skaters that ruled skateboarding.
Half pipe,
yeah, the half pipe guys and stuff. Yeah, and anybody that skated street, they would just looked at us like, you're not really a skate. You're just doing these cute things in the street. Until like that World Industries. There's an amazing documentary called "The Man Who Sold the World," and it's SOULED, sold the world, and it's about Rocco, who started the World Industries company. But man, they just took everything and flipped it upside down and made everything that was like cool lame, and everything that was lame like cool. Like they just made, and it was like all their art and their sort of like aggressive chaos, like in your face kind of like art that nobody had done yet in skateboarding. And so it just kind of started a whole new era. But that's kind of what crypto feels like to me. Like Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu, that's fucking just like World Industries or something like that. It's like the craziest, like, what are you
I feel
about?
like you're keeping something from the audience.
What's
Lefty,
that?
mate? You're keeping something from the audience. We both were skateboarders in our
yes
younger. Not a lot of people would know that.
It's true. Yeah, no, it was like my life.
You ran shop. I had a few mates who ran shop as well. Like actually went in and like printed their own decks and shit, and created their own universe. Like you went down that, right?
Well, it's 2025, so that means that LeftHouse was born 20 years ago. It's the anniversary. It was at first originally a bedroom record label, but in 2016, I took like a 15-year hiatus from skateboarding and started skateboarding again at 38, I think it was, or something, and went like full ham on it, and it was like loving it. And I was like, if I'm gonna do this, it's just like everything that I do. Like I can't have a hobby. I can't be a fan of something. I have to partake. I have to be a part. I want to be involved. Like even, so I'm like, I got to start a skateboarding company. So I had two out of three investors that were down to give me the money. The third investor just kept saying yes, but never forked it over. But it got to the point where we did make a line of boards, and the graphics were like all the legendary actors that acted in my films up to that point. So there was a Harry Dean Stanton model. There's a Mark Boone Jr., James Duvall, John Hawkes. And so we had these different like actors, all black and white photos, designed on the boards and stuff. And I put together a team. I had like a team of like 4 or 5 teenage dudes that were all like shredders. They all ripped, and like, I was like taking them around downtown and like filming them. We shot some stuff, but the money never fully came together. So like, it got to the point where I had a little bit, and it just kind of, ran out kind of quickly. And then I also had like hurt myself. And I'm like, I don't want to run a skateboarding company if I can't skate. Like, this is insane. So I got to the point where I'm like, I really can't skate anymore. So it was fun though for a minute. But when I was 12 though, I was the team manager at Let's Go Skate in Austin, Texas, which was like the best shop in town. But I was like the manager. I like picked the team and all that stuff. Like I was 12. It's crazy. But yeah, I've always like if I touch something, I gotta be a part of it. Even like my younger brother got me obsessed with the UFC and MMA, and it's like so I started like a comedy news MMA show for a couple of seasons that was a hit success. Well, like if you were into like psychedelic MMA comedy, it was a hit success. I would share these things on MMA message boards, and people would just like shred them and to be like, what the fuck is this crap? And they would like bash it so hard, but then I would just go back at them and bash them so hard. And by the end of it, they were like fans. So I usually had to fight to get my fans of that show though. But once they understood what they were watching, they were scared of it at first, you know? It's like out of their comfort zone. What I'm all about. That's what I'm interested in. So what else do you want to tell the people, or what else do you want to tell me, or do I need to know about INDIKIN? Oh, wait a minute. You're getting a message from the boss, dude. BitJoin Studios is not happy with your hair. Hair, man. Yeah.
I'm actually traveling at the moment. I'm between places, so I don't have my hair product, so I can't really fix it at the moment.
You're not shooting right now, are you?
No, you're shooting.
No, I'm just saying, but for the doc series, are you still shooting? Like you said, you were traveling. Like, are you out shooting or no?
No, definitely not shooting anything.
So you're done shooting then?
Yeah, I probably will never shoot again. Actually, now I think about it.
You're retiring?
I wouldn't call it that.
Yeah. So I asked Uncle Grok, a question. I was like asking about PulseChain. Is it a better blockchain than most? You know.
Hang on, who's Grok, man? Who's Grok?
Grok. He's a robot. He's the kind of like the ChatGPT version on X. You see this button there, right there. It says Grok. Under your messages, there's a button there. If you push that, it's a robot. AI thing. Yeah. But I asked it the question, like, is PulseChain the best blockchain or whatever? And, there's a bunch of things. It broke it down by, like decentralization, blah, 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 technology, everything. But let's just go to the conclusion. And it says PulseChain's tech is better than most blockchains. Isn't that amazing? But then when it goes to decentralization, the problem that it has with it says PulseChain is not better than most blockchains in decentralization. But that's only saying that because the OA wallet or whatever, they hold 90% of the supply. So that's like where it's like, well, that's not really true. Decentralization kind of comes in. That's the worry. But like, I feel like if you know, the Richard Hart man, if you know his system, his story, his track record. And this is the other part, he's like now a free man when it comes to the SEC, dropped all that stuff dropped. He's in like the highest of the highest percentage of winning a case like that. So there's a lot of crap that's talked about this guy, you know what I mean? But like, and he didn't do himself a lot of favors with his outreach marketing sort of thing or whatever. But I think what he's built, and I think where, it's why I've turned all my focus and attention and why INDIKIN's on PulseChain, I think, is because I think that it's really legit. Sort of like it's the only like kind of legit place in crypto.
I don't think there is any legit things in crypto.
Well, I mean, as far as like with the tech goes, the community, I don't know any other real communities that exist in crypto. And if there are like, if there's an XRP community or a Litecoin community or something, they can't be like fun to hang out with. They're not making cool movies. You know what I mean? They're not like, they don't have like funny jokes. I don't think. Maybe, I don't know. And then whenever I'm like, you know, strolling around the YouTubes or whatever, and I get like, oh, there's a live crypto stream. Like, what's this one? I don't know what it is. I turn it on, and they're talking about like, like that. This happened to me yesterday, and this guy was like trading to $500,000 Solana tokens, and I'm like, you're not gonna make it. You're just not gonna make it. He's trying like no, dude. And it's just disgusting to see that to me. It's just sad to me because, you know, I got into this space around 2017 when it was like still kind of like there's still like the mind frame of what Bitcoin was and like, you know, what it stood for and who it represented and stuff. It kind of changed from like these like, you know, anarchists to douchebags, like, you know, like the douchebag Solana 14-year-old trader. It's just weird to me. But like, so all of that, you know, everything else out there, none of it seems cool. And there's way too, of course there's scams everywhere and whatever, but like, I just feel like there's a lot of people that are on PulseChain like seem to have been like through it. Maybe they got scammed. Maybe they went through, you know, whatever it was, but they went through something where they started to educate themselves a little bit, because there's just a lot more awareness, I feel like, from on a percentage level of the people that I talk to in that space. And, you know, I was like on the Wax blockchain before, which to me, like, actually there was a lot of awareness and stuff. There was like the tools, especially for the NFT stuff, way miles ahead of every other blockchain there for a while. I don't know where they are now, but I'm
just trying to share out the link, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. No, all good. I mean, at the same time, you know, it's like INDIKIN is our tokens, and INDIKIN is on all the filmmaker tokens are on PulseChain. You know, we're going to set up our streaming service, right? So then you can utilize these tokens as a utility to purchase the films and stuff by way of the tokens, which is exciting. But then yet you can go over to the base chain, because that's where RAD is set up, and watch stuff there. Our theater is in Upland, which is on the EOS chain. So it's not like we're not afraid to go to other chains and stuff like that to share the beauty of our incredible award-winning documentaries and narrative films. That's like when I first started like building stuff to try to get movies out on chain, it was kind of like before there was even that many bridges and stuff like that. So like I kind of looked at chains as like video stores, sort of like Ethereum's Blockbuster, you know, like this one over there is like the mom and pop one that has like the cool indie films or whatever, because like there's so many chain maxis. There's people that are like, I just do this, I'm only on this coin or whatever, this chain, and like, so I'm like, I don't want to limit my my films to just like one chain. But now, you know, things have gotten sort of much more like it's easier to kind of get from one spot to another, you know, like way easier to like bridge here, go there, whatever. All it's just like it's gotten easier. So I think it's just going to keep continuously getting, and it's starting to pop up more where like even like what is it? Omniflix, no, the Kepper wallet. Like they have it set up so where like you know, if you're like setting up your wallet on a new computer or whatever, you can do it by way of your email. You know, because your email is integrated. It's not necessarily, you don't have to just do it through way of keys or whatever. So that's what I'm saying is like tools, integration tools are just going to make things much more easier for people to come and enjoy our films and stuff like that over in the crypto side, because they won't even realize that they're like going into a crypto-centric sort of fueled streaming site or whatever. You know, I mean, they'll see it, and if they have the tokens, but like I imagine like, you know, like in the near future, you'll swipe it, you'll be able to swipe a credit card to buy something, and then it comes, you know, turns into crypto, and they don't even know that on the other side, but that's what you're paying out in. You know what I mean? It's just going to get more easier. You're going to blink and turn gold bars into into crypto coins just by blinking in the future. Somebody's going to build that.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I think's happening.
It's already happening. Already happening.
True only in Hexaco. Wait, well, you are right. We are miles ahead from any other community. All that's missing is the price action. That's it. That's absolutely it. If we get that price starts to bubble up, some new folks start coming around.
It's never going to happen, mate. Never going to happen.
How do you wait? Why are you always so negative, Tom?
I wouldn't call it negative. I'd call it being realistic.
But you say that, but like you've been here for a minute. You've seen things happen.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it will
like appear out of nowhere.
Look, you need to find yourselves a new leader, new leadership, a new CEO. You need a new CEO.
Oh no! Why do you always bring it to this part? Why do you think that that person doesn't matter? At one point, he won't matter anymore in the scenario. It won't matter, and that'll
take 30 years. That'll take 30 years.
No. It'll just take the distribution of what he's holding out into the system, and that's where PULSECHAIN comes in. But I don't get into all that.
I'm talking about purely like cult philosophy level, not economic level.
Okay. So all right, yeah. So on that level, like that just takes us. That just takes, maybe not me or you, but like it takes an Indican filmmaker, maybe a future one that comes in and he makes something that's so beautiful and so amazing that brings in so many more people into the space, onboarding people onto the PULSECHAIN. But it's like they're not there to look at like some tech head guy. They're there to look at the new Fonzie of the world. Because it's something like that. It's not tech driven anymore. It's like it'll be Madonna.
I think it's a little bit like any other startup. You have to. I don't think Richard Hart can reinvent himself again. So you'll just have to find somebody else.
I mean, on that topic, I think that he's going to disappear. He's going to Satoshi it.
I guess he already did.
Yeah. I mean, he could already be gone. Those tweets aren't coming from him, I don't think. Tom disappeared too. He's gone forever. Gone into the ether. I'm gonna do just so everybody knows. If you want to come back, I've been doing DJ sets at 9 o'clock p.m. PST time here. I still trust Richard Hart too. That's the thing. There's nothing not to trust about the guy. I mean, like that's what I'm saying about like him holding the majority of the supply. Like that's not something that scares me at all. Like that's something that I trust. I trust the system. I trust the man more than any other fucking founder of any other token that I can think of. I mean, like on that level, usually it's kind of like politicians. If I know their name, they must have done something corrupt. And it seemed kind of like that's kind of somewhat true in crypto a little bit. But I think he's a fucking honest man, Tom.
I think PULSECHAIN.
You've interviewed him. You sat face to face with him.
I think PULSECHAIN gave birth to a lot of Richard Harts. So competition was created. A lot of little miniature Richard Harts were created when PULSECHAIN launched, I noticed.
But you think they're still there? Do you still think everybody? I feel like the cloning of Richard Hart has kind of morphed. I feel like after his last message where he said, "You guys got to start cleaning this shit up," He kind of yelled at everybody in his last message. His video message I'm talking about. It was like Christmas.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I haven't been. Sometimes I feel like I haven't been as observant as I should have been with the pulse chain thing. But I definitely recorded everything.
Yeah,
I made extensive notes.
it's also, I mean, not only that though, too. Like, how long have you been shooting the Deegan doco?
Yeah, since the fucking Hexkins doco came out.
Right. So you're under a really, like, it's weird when you're going at it from that perception. Like you probably know on some level, like, more than others do. Like, you probably have a perception. You see things in a certain way, but then at the same time, you know, like, as you're out there shooting and putting stuff together, you probably are getting to a point where you've gotten a certain amount of material and you're like, okay, I got this. Now I kind of need this. So you start to influence a little bit what you're going. So I would imagine that your perception on the whole pulsing thing is a little bit your own kind of DJ Daco version, as well as, you know, like your own personal version on that. But it's got to be hard to keep them separate.
I'm not sure I understand the question, but
okay, I just think that, like, the movie has a version of what's going on Pulse Chain, and then Tom Peter Gillespie, the human being, probably has a version of what he thinks Pulse Chain is and what it's going on. And I think that they are probably similar, but probably different, because as a storyteller, you needed to get certain things to cover all bases. Maybe I might be wrong.
There was so much information. Like, you can gather so much information in 2 years about everything, and especially if you do it patiently.
Yeah,
like, not in a hurry, like almost by osmosis, just sort of like breathing it in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I guess that's my I think that's my method, my filmmaking method. Just like breathe it in for a few years and then express it as you see fit.
Yeah, and I'm a gut man. I'm like all intuition, you know. Like, there's a moment where, like, I'm confused and I'm confused and I'm confused, and then all of a sudden I get really clear, and it's like that's what tells me to make a move or go left or right.
That sounds like ADHD, mate. Or
I don't know. I've never been diagnosed. I just think I'm a genius.
Bipolar.
No. Not that genius. I'm not that genius. I'm not there yet. I'm working towards it, though.
I diagnose myself every afternoon, just like any middle-aged man would do.
Yeah.
So I go through those steps: morning, lunchtime, dinner. It's totally normal. At the end of the day, you're all of those things and none of them. So
yeah, that's true.
What's important is, like, well, creative happiness has already been proven where happiness comes from. We've spoken about this, the pursuit of novelty. So so humans get happy through looking for shit that they have never seen before, basically. And in the digital realm, that's a recipe for disaster, actually. But in the analog world, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I always say, we all come here to get rich, and you don't stay to get rich, though. You know, and like, that's not why I'm still here. You know, like, I haven't gotten rich yet, and I've gotten robbed. I've been through it all. I've been upside down. I've had mistakes that have turned into huge victories. Usually, that's how my biggest victories were, mistakes that I made. But you know, like, I'm in love with, like, the tech. I'm a nerd. I love the tech, though. I love the what the tech has done for me, like, as a creative person, as a filmmaker, as a, like, Jesus, like, you know, like, during the NFT boom, like, every skill I ever ever accumulated over my life, I was able to utilize in the space and still continue going forward. Here I am with you, making
together.
INDIKIN.
It's what brought us together, mate.
Amen. Yeah.
It's
So
what
then,
brought us
like, yeah, the friends, the community, like, there's so much to believe in the space that, like, yeah, I don't care about it anymore. Like, I mean, I know sort of things that I need to do, and I know what I didn't do in the past, you know, whatever, like to make money, blah blah blah. But like, I'm not worried about that, honestly. Not at all.
I mean, it's exact. Do you know, in like they call it risk capital in Europe. In the risk capital markets, which is like anywhere where you're like placing money, hoping for a better outcome in the future. Risk capital, it's called. You guys don't call it that, but that's exactly what it is, and you should call it that. But in America, you don't call it that. You call it investing, or
yeah. Well, I can say this: like, one thing for sure is, like, when I'm making a movie or when I'm trying to get a movie made, it's only thing I can focus and care about. It's the most important thing in the world. But as soon as the movie's made and done, I don't care about it at all anymore. Same thing with like a DJing, or sometimes like I will want to play so bad, but it's like once I get finished with it, like I have a feeling whether I like thought it was good or not, but like I don't ever fucking know what happened. And it's like I'll go back and listen to it, and it's like, if I don't go back and listen to it, I don't care. But if I do, I'm usually more shocked one way or the other. But it's like, it's not about the finalizing it and whatever. It's about the doing, you know what I mean? The journey of it is really the fucking only thing that matters. And so that's what I feel like I enjoy the most about what we're doing. I don't care where it's going. I just know it's going to go somewhere great.
It's that pursuit of novelty, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have an idea where you're going, but you don't know if you're going to get there or when you're going to get there, kind of thing. But
yeah, I already feel like a legend. I already feel like I've made it on so many levels in this life. You know, I've experienced so many things. So it's just like the stress of that kind of conversation has been like, you know, subdued now. So now it's just like I can actually like create better fart jokes. And
it's important to take thanks. It's important to take thanks.
Yeah.
Like, take a moment to be grateful. Like, no, I'm really bad with that. I like take everything for granted.
You really do, Tom. You really, really do. No, you're not that bad. You're a grateful human being, I'd say.
I think I could be more grateful. But it's because I'm a bit of a renegade.
You are. You're a loner. You're a rebel.
I'm out here on my lonesome.
Yeah, you're like Pee Wee Herman.
But that's how it ended up. I mean, could have gone many ways. Other ways, but it's not over yet. But I tell you what, man,
we've only just begun.
I swear to fucking God, I will never, ever, 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 ever again spend any time with an app called Final Cut Pro.
You're done with it, huh?
This is the last one, man. This is the fucking last one.
Yeah, time to hire an editor in the future.
I would love that. That would be my dream.
Yeah.
Just like, but I can't. Like, it's impossible for me to sit next to one. Like, I want to sit.
I totally understand. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm gonna tell all 163 people watching this right now. On my current film that I'm finishing right now, Elizabeth and Mexican Boy, it's my 9th fucking time doing this shit. And man, just give me one little thing to be off, or to be like, oh, it's not working, or that's incorrect, or like we got to fix that. And I will tank like the biggest baby. Like, I don't know how much You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how many more rounds I can go, coach. You know what I mean? Like, I just get, it's getting like, it's getting easier and harder. You know, like I'm getting better and worse at it because of the approach. It's the approach, you know, like at the age of 50, which I turned this year.
Dude,
I need a team. I need more. I need an editor. I need a, you know, like
hold up. Do you actually write your scripts? Do you write them yourself, or do you get someone else to write them?
No, I fucking write them. Tom, I've done everything on a literally everything, especially Elizabeth and the Mexican Boy. It was me in a house, pretty much by myself, doing but on the scale of doing 9 movies. I've done taxes for films. I've made food for movies. I've done everything, every role that you can think of on a film set, post, pre, during. I've held the boom mic. I've edited. I've done color. I've done effects. I've done sound. You can name it. I've done it. And that is something I'm proud about. Like, because as a primarily a film director, I mean, I'm probably an actor before that, but it became more directing. But I want to know every position on there so I can talk to anybody in that department in their language, you know, like if I ever get back to where I have like a big set, a bunch of people, and I want to be able to know their language.
I can dig that, but let's get back to the script writing, because like writing is key. Like everything emanates from the power of the words, right?
Yeah, and people say that, and I agree, but then I also think that editing makes everything, because you can fucking destroy really good footage and make a shit thing out of something that should be really good. You know, I've seen it. I've seen that happen. And I've seen people like myself take dog shit and make something gold out of it. You know what I mean? So it can happen there. You can destroy the good writing in editing.
I'm lucky in a way, because I do the writing in the post-production. So I'm like, I'm writing, constructing the story in the edit.
Yeah, that's kind of like Elizabeth and Mexican Boy and Rabbit Hole.
It's very painful.
There wasn't full screenplay scripts for those. There was like 20 scene outlines for my last 2 films because they came together so fast. There wasn't time to write a script, you know, so I had to like write what I could. But I've done full script and I've done that kind of.
Next time I'm going with a script.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to INDIKIN. And I'm going to pitch the film fund, the machinery that we're constructing. And I'm going to say, this is a script. This is the one I want to make. And then we'll see what state the machine is in at that time. But
yeah,
I'd like there's a bunch of films I'd like to make outside of crypto.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what's cool, though. Like, you know, like about who we have in the cohort of filmmakers already. It's like everybody's making different kinds of films, and there are some crypto-centric films. Most of my films are not. Rabbit Hole is. I have another very crypto-centric film, but it's like a full-blown fucking raunchy, hilarious like comedy. You know, like it definitely written screenplay style. And I, you know, but so I think I'll probably bounce back and forth. You know, like where I'll make but like I think as time goes on, like, it's going to be nerdy to make crypto movies in the future. You know, it's going to be like, you don't want to make a crypto movie. It's been done.
Honestly, like, I don't think you make crypto characters. You don't make crypto movies, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Because characters can jump between subject matter.
Yeah.
Like,
well, on that level, I would say Elizabeth the Mexican Boy is a crypto movie, because like I'm a crypto stream. It's mentioned. It's brief in there. It's there, but it's not what the fucking movie's about, you know, or the story's about. But yeah, There's a lot of characters.
Sub narrative.
But there's a lot of story, though. I mean, that's why I made Rabbit Hole the way I made Rabbit Hole. Like, you know, it's like the story that is Rabbit Hole is basically all the lores and the stories that I heard from 2017 up to 2019 when I shot the thing. So, you know, there's mention of like, you know, it's like you basically USA versus China, like gold versus fucking crypto. It's the Mexican cartel. It's the, you know, it's like all the governments. It's all the different, you know, stories that I heard, you know, fuckeries that were going on in crypto and stuff, you know, like throughout
This is interesting. This is interesting, man, because this makes me think about the like intrinsic versus the extrinsic, right? So like people who are telling stories extrinsically of themselves, like externally of their body, their themselves, like other things that happen in the world that had an effect on them. And then there's the intrinsic where you're like trying to make sense of those things that come in and then push things out. And I'm not a filmmaker really, like, but I imagine that the intrinsic extrinsic storytelling paths are like pretty standard issue, because I don't know if there's any others. I don't imagine there's any others, right? There's only what
I mean, you very much are a filmmaker, and you have been doing this for a handful of years now. So it's hard. But I kind of think I understand why you would say something like that, just because of the approach that you've come at it. But no, I mean, I think, you know, we'll cut another 10 years and you'll look back and you'll see it.
I'm not trying to put a wall between us.
No.
But
no, not at all. I'm just
understand.
setting something up here. But like, I definitely, you know, was looking at crypto and like thinking about Rabbit Hole as like kind of what you were saying, like from a filmmaker's point of view, like as a storyteller. I'm like Satoshi. The Satoshi story is an amazing, you know, crazy fantasy lore. Some guy disappears, made this thing, you know, like all that stuff is so exciting. So to me, I was thinking, and you know, like Rabbit Hole is broad. Like it's made for somebody that you don't have to be a crypto person to like that movie. And I've gotten that note back a handful of times where I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about crypto, but I knew I knew everything that was going on. I could talk about it. So I kept it kind of simple so like people could digest it that weren't in it. But I also feel like there's enough insider jokes and stuff like that. Especially even my main character's name. Like I'm shocked more people haven't like responded off the character's name, Bill Williams. Because like if anybody goes and looks up Bill Williams in the trading game, like he's this old man. He's like, I think he's still alive, but like pushing 90 or early 90s. But he was a chaos trader. He's a chaos theory, and like there's the amazing, you know, like 2 hour long where he's like teaching his trading skills through chaos theory, and he's just breaking crazy things down, like talking about the architect and, you know, just really path of least resistance and, you know, interesting stuff. So, you know, like a lot of the lines and the things that I'm saying, like my brother's character Bumper Lap, he says a fish would be the last animal to discover water or whatever. And that's like a direct Bill Williams quote from one of his speeches or whatever. But there's other ones in there and stuff, you know, but more interwoven. So, but yeah, so there's stuff that's in there for it. But overall, I was like, I want to make a movie that is like shows you what kind of how crazy crypto is by dropping all these crazy different lores that I've heard, you know, all over, all these mini stories popping up in here, people disappearing and, you know, all kinds of craziness. But it's fun. It's goddamn fun, dude. It's fun to me.
No, I get that. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the trick of the trade, right? Keeping it fun.
Yeah.
But that's why for me, I was like going through this editing shit. It's not that I hate it. It's just that I both love and hate it.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I go to another country to shoot some stuff, I also love and hate it. I just don't hate it as much as I hate sitting in a chair in the dark for 12 hours a day.
Well, like, you know what's going to be kind of cool? I mean,
I'm just not built for that, man. I'm not
since
built
we
for
can
that.
do multiple and do things, it's like, you know, like I'm going to help you with do the sound, which I'm excited to help do the sound for the Deegan Daco, which is great.
How did it go with that Italian voiceover, by the way?
Yeah, we'll get that done maybe tonight or whatnot. Like, my guy that's gonna do it, he's in Alaska right now, so we're gonna get him to do it from there. He was just too busy here in town when he was here. So, but
yeah, because
he's on it. We'll get it done though.
I can't use AI voices, man. I told you I want to.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get the real deal.
Only.
We'll get the real deal, and you know he's a pro and he's hilarious, so he'll be able to rock out the improv part and all that stuff to make it sort.
Yeah, no, I'm an earthling, mate. I'm an earthling. I'm not like I'm gonna give the work, like, and I don't mind paying.
It's funny. There's one voiceover in Elizabeth in Mexican Boy, and I used an AI voice for it, and I only did it as a temp, but final ultimate sound guys, the people at the studio that are helping me, everybody says keep it, and I'm like, I kind of feel it too, like it, but it makes sense. It's almost like an expose section that happens in the film that's kind of almost separate to the film, but it's also intertwined. You'll see here. Oh, this week, maybe this week you'll have time.
I've actually
we'll do it in a week or two.
Shit's been backing up. I got a lot of reading to do already, but I do use AI in my DJN docker as well, where but I like explicitly state it. There's like this German dude talking into a computer, and an Indian woman's voice comes out in his car as he's like driving along, and he thinks he's talking to this.
That's
investor
awesome.
lady who wants to buy into GetA, but it's
I
actually
did some amazing shit with some visual AI. With
it's a pretty sick scene, actually.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It's got Tom cruising along in a car.
Did you say Tom Cruise is in your film? Holy shit!
Yeah.
And
then an Indian voice in the middle. And it's just, it was a fucking hard. It's hard one to mix.
I did some crazy shit visually with AI, where I was taking photos of my dead dad and puppeteering him back to life.
Holy shit!
It shows up in the film a few places.
Horrible.
It's haunting, and it's quite funny too. But on all of these notes here, it's 2:22 here, and I've got a meeting at 3, so I gotta wrap this up and drive across town here. I mean, you didn't have to go that fast, Tom. I guess that's his out. This is out. I think he actually he dropped. He seemed to drop from the whole system. But man, I want to thank everybody who is here, all 175 of you lovely folks who tuned in to listen to us banter about film and crypto by way of INDIKIN here on the Wupiupi Wednesday show. The ticker is Whoopie. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you for your. Oh wait, Tom's back. Thank you for your sets and for pumping. I'm not pushing, just pumping the good word of PulseChain through by way of music. I love it. Yeah, dude. I thought you were gone. I thought you were like, all right, fuck it, show's over. I'm out. Tom,
no, the line cut for some reason. The connection cut.
Perfect timing. You couldn't have chose a better time to cut out. It was like a movie almost. Yeah, but yeah, thanks, Tom, for joining me today on this episode of Whoopie Wednesday. I think we did a hell of a job.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the hair.
No, don't be sorry about anything. No, it's lovely. Nice chat this morning. Nice to have you back. Nice to have you on the show. Again, I want to thank 175 folks for tuning in and watching us on all of the things. Let's just look into the theater, see if anybody's in the theater right now. We'll go in there right before we leave. I'll pull it to the screen. All right. Let's get off there. I'll close this and turn around, see if anybody's in here. No. Come on, Uplanders. What's wrong with you? You guys have this place to come. You guys come watch the show. Come watch the DJ show later tonight at 9 if you anybody want to. I'll be live in the theater if you want to come in here and dance, jump around. Okay. Let's get out of here.
Can I have a word with you backstage, man?
Yes, indeed. I'm just going to run the outro song and then we can have a chat afterwards here.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
I hope I'm not in trouble. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Late at night in my room, charts and numbers through the gloom. Wupiupi trading on my screen, fortunes just behind the scene. Pulsechain calling out my name, every trade just like a game. Stakes are hard, time slips away, can't afford to wait till day. Trading whoopee up and down, retrograde around and round. Numbers dancing on the chart, break your records, falling apart, falling apart. Coffee cold beside my chair, market movements in the air. Light a dip and watch it rise, morning sun burns my eyes. Other traders fast asleep, while I've got these charts to keep. Riding waves of loss and gain, digital fortune calls my name. Trading whoopee up and down, red to green, around and round. Numbers dancing on the chart, break your records, falling apart, falling apart. Quick decision, swift precision, heart racing with each trade. No hesitation, pure elation.